So let's try messing with selective color before we apply our key light. So I just like to mess with the colors of it to try and further separate the green background from the foreground. So anytime I see an adjustment that pulls my background, foreground further apart in color, and we just want a really saturated green background, but we can completely change the color of our foreground character, because all we're going to be using this for is the black and white matte, which will then reapply to a non-colored version of our footage. Okay, there aren't many cyans in this, so we're not really seeing the difference here very much, but there's a lot of green, so we were really seeing those come through. Yep, not many blues either. I guess it would help if I turn it to quarter res. Okay, and then the whites, neutrals, and blacks are not colors, so it's kind of going to affect the overall. It's kind of like using the levels effect. So, all right, we've gone through and selectively colored, and now let's reset our key light, and we'll grab our new green that we've made, and let's see. Okay, it is a little better, but not by much. Maybe we can now use the key light settings to get it perfect. So let me clip the black just a bit, clip the white, okay, just until the spotting disappears, and then I'll just add a little bit of despot. And let's see. Oh, but you know, now that we've done the color thing, we have to use this as just the screen matte. What I might do is pre-comp this whole thing and just create a white solid that I'll animate a mask to cover this area here, because there's a lot of chattering happening. But before I do that, I'll show you how to matte our footage. So this is now our Jody matte. And so I'll duplicate it again and delete both selective color and key light. And so this is our Jody main, and I want the main to be underneath the matte, because this track matte right here will set to be a Luma matte of Jody. Luma looks at the black and white values, whereas Alpha looks at the alpha channel values. Either would work depending on if you had screen matte enabled or final result enabled. So now here is our Jody. She's got some green edges, so I want to fix those. And the way to do that is to pre-comp. We want to combine our matte and our main together, because we're not going to be able to use the effect that we want with them on separate layers right here. I'm just going to go ahead and extend this footage. I'll pre-comp it with Control-Shift-C, and I'll call this Jody Key. So now it's, again, one composition with our two layers inside of it. So if we go back, we've got this one layer that's just Jody now. So now I can use the effect that I want, which is the spill suppressor, the advanced spill suppressor. And it does a really good job at suppressing the spill. So those green edges, it's now turned them gray. So you can see with this effect on and off, she's kind of got a green halo around her, turns it gray. So I think this is looking better, right? Yeah.